Flying Turkey, the 4 times Calypso Monarch of Grenada, and he did that too on 3 consecutive occasions. Ajamo tied that this year also, in addition to winning the competition 5 times. But Flying Turkey remains indeed one of the frontliners and headliners as far as Grenada and Caribbean Calypso music is concerned. Flying Turkey, let me say welcome once again to CultureShare.
Thanks, always a pleasure.
Turkey, quickly, this is the first time in your life you have been beaten at the Mardi Gras. How does it feel?
Well, you know, in a sense, Harold, it's a weight off my shoulder. Okay, I mean, you can't win forever. Sooner or later, you have to, you have to shift from that position. What is important, I think, is that it now allows me to break from the tension of wondering what it would be like, and it gives me more room to create and study other things. But definitely, I accept it as a good competition. I'll be back.
So you're not a grouchy loser?
No. It's a competition. Somebody has to win, I think we provided good fun. We provided good entertainment. I think that people got the best, that they would get in a while. And, it's back to the drawing board.
So you were quite happy that the art form won that night also?
Exactly. The individual would win and place, but ultimately Grenada Calypso won on that night. And that's more important.
Would you be coming back to competition 93?
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. If Ajamo decides at the last moment to come back in competition, you still have an opportunity to hold on to one of your records.
Yeah, well, I think it would be, okay, Ajamo, he said that he would not go back into competition. I respect that. That's, he has to make that decision. But whether he's in or not, I would be in. I think at some point, he would come back. You see, I sort of understand what Ajamo is going through, because what happens is that, and it's unfortunate, whenever you start becoming a winner, you tend to come under a lot of pressure, a lot of criticism, a lot of adverse criticisms. And I think that people should realize that, he's talented and he has a lot to offer. And I think he's just doing what he has to do. I mean, nobody would go in the savannah to lose. I think he had to go to win. I went to win. I had, my own personal problems, I feel I was not, 100% prepared. I was not as sharp as I used to be in the old days. And, what I did was analyze the reasons why, and work, work on them. So I'll be back next year, definitely.
Turkey, preparing for competition, I know it's a difficult task for the Calypsonian, especially in selecting the topic that one wants to sing on. You coming back in the race at such an important occasion, you must have sat down and given it a lot of thought. Grenada belongs to we, heavy lyrical calypso, the kind of calypso we expect from the Flying Turkey. Was it difficult in selecting the topic, and did you at sometimes had some problems in trying to formulate the ideas and make the total composition for the Mardi Gras?
Yes, well, I really didn't have much problems in choosing, right? First of all, the ideas that I brought out in Grenada Belongs to We, these are ideas that I truly believe in, and these are ideas that I wanted to express for quite a while. So I really did not have a problem, because I have experienced, different political climates, environments, and so forth in Grenada. And then coming out here in this part of the world, where we are victims of what I call double exclusion, being black and being from the islands. You meet other types of problems, and therefore when you go back to your own home, you kind of wonder, what are we fighting for, in our own homes, And I really sort of felt the need to push these lyrics, that ultimately there has to be total unity, because Grenada belongs to we, and while we're fighting, we're drifting anyway. So I really didn't have much problems with that. In terms of preparing for competition, apart from selecting the songs and knowing, your game plan, there's also the question of psychological preparation. I think one of my major enemies in the competition this year was psychological preparation. And that's because I was under pressure. I got in, not really late, but there was too much to be done in too short time. And that's not something that I'm blaming anybody for. It just means that next year I know, that I have to get in earlier and get things done, in a better manner.
Let's put the competition behind us now. Flying Turkey still remains one of the headliners in Grenada's Calypso. How do you see your role in the promulgation of the art form?
Well, Harold, in responding to that question, I'd like to make reference to two things. Back to 1976, when I got into Calypso, I had set out to prove two things. I became known for, one, being a profound writer, okay, because I concentrated a lot on lyrics. I thought that that was my strong element. And secondly, I had set out to prove, at that time I was working at Royal Bank, and I had set out to prove at that point that the Calypsonian can achieve dignity and can be somebody in society. Because that was around the time in Grenada when we were still sort of confusing the issues and associating Calypso and certain aspects of our culture with less privileged people, quote unquote, in the society. And now in 1992, in a sense, I still feel responsible for continuing those two roles. A lot of the Grenadian artists, right, while they have improved tremendously, they are following the trend from, let's say, the other islands in, pushing a lot of party music. And I'm not here to blame them, and I'm not here to criticize that, because that does sell records, and records cost money. So I'm not here to criticize that. But the thing is, I think we still need to have some artists who would stick to, profound lyrics, okay? The sort of wizard trend, and so that's one of the things I intend to do, to continue to write strong lyrics and to experiment with crossover music, and also to continue to prove to people that the Calypsonian can be, even though at this time in the world the Calypsonian has already proven that he can operate at any level of society, okay, among the proverbial kings and queens and among the common man.